Welcome back in, everyone. We're always glad to have Ann McKee here, who literally wears a lot of hats in the community, but you do, and she's here to talk about the Rose Hill Storytelling Conference, June the 8th. Where have you been, by the way? I've not seen you lately. Here, I mean,
I've
anyway.
been working like crazy.
I know
I
you
wrote
do.
4 grants over the weekend, and I've got 3 more on my desk to write. We
Wow,
are just
good for you.
working the Railroad Museum. People, please support us. Come
Yeah.
out. We're back, and we're really doing good work down there.
So June the 8th.
June the 8th, we
Tell us about
brought in the Rose Hill Storytellers, which is me too. You
Right.
know, but yeah, it's actually a state convention, a conference
Okay.
for storytelling, and we're trying to reignite interest in storytelling. During COVID, so many of the groups closed and they never reopened. So we do have people from several out-of-town areas that will be there. And we're just going to learn. You don't have to be a storyteller to come out. I guess our big star is Sheriff Ward Calhoun. If you want to catch his story, come about 11:30 on that Saturday, June the 8th.
And this is at the
At the Meridian
Museum.
Railroad
Okay.
Museum. Mhm.
All right.
Come there and you can hear his story. He has to leave after his story, but he's going to be there to tell his, and I promise you, you will not recognize him. His costume is so fabulous. But we do have several other stories that will be told. Even a dog, we have a dog that tells a story. You come see how that's done.
And the stories pertain to?
It pertains to all these categories. You've got for children, you have partnering stories, people who tell and they work off of each other. You have stories on history. You have all of these categories of storytelling. And storytelling is an art form. And so we are going to teach you how to take your story and put it into a format so you can tell one yourself, and invite you to tell it while you're there. So
This takes place June the 8th,
June the 8th.
At the Meridian Train Museum. Any cost at all?
yes, and if you want to stay for lunch, it's $40. But if
Okay.
you want to skip lunch and just have dessert, which is an Italian cream cake, a good friend of mine bakes them and they're wonderful. So it's $15 if you want to come hear the stories and have cake. Yeah, it goes from 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon.
wow.
But we're in a building that we can stay there as long as we want to that afternoon. If we want to stay to 3, we can. Because once storytellers start, sometimes they just don't want to finish.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about Jonesboro, Tennessee. You know, that's where thousands of people came out for storytelling for years, and then COVID did a number on them. I understand they're slowly getting people back, but we could do it in Meridian. We're the largest storytelling group in the state.
And the Rose Hill, and the Rose Hill bunch does it very, very well. So anyway, we're going to ask Ann to stay with us through the break, and she's got a little bit
story
more that she's going to share. We've also got meridianrails.org and a phone number that you can go to with more information. Welcome back in, everyone. We're always glad to have Ann McKee. She's here talking about the Rose Hill Storytelling Conference, which is June the 8th, which is a week from this Saturday. And you also want to mention a couple of things happening this Saturday, right?
Yeah, well, we're open at the museum this Saturday. You know, Earth's Bounty is next door. Soleil is around the corner. I believe the Max will be open.
Right.
But we're open from 9 till noon. We'll be running our miniature train for the children and showing and telling stories about the museum and all the great things.
So while you're downtown, take advantage. Okay, you've got a picture of a gentleman that we may can see it right here. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There we go. Now, who is this?
Well, this is Mayor Edwin Dial, and I'm wearing the hat today because his wife is named Annie. And he is the most progressive mayor we ever had in Meridian.
Okay.
In 1900, he came and ran for mayor. He served 2 terms. And while he was here, it's known as the golden era. And he put in a $100,000 sewage system. So thank Mayor Dial for that. Plus he widened sidewalks and paved streets and brought a lot of jobs, including over 500 jobs to the Meridian railroads. and educate. My grandmother went to the college that he brought in years ago, and he brought in so many educational and doctors and attorneys, all because the city was flourishing at that time.
What time frame are we looking at?
1900.
Okay.
1900. And one of the things he did, well, I'm going to put the picture down now.
Okay.
But one of the things he did, he wrote a play that was staged at the Grand Opera House. And it was called, let's see, the Queen, I've forgotten the total name now, but Queen was in the name, and that's one of the reasons Meridian is known as the Queen City. But the reason he wrote that play to make money is because there was a school being built at the time behind number 1 fire station, and when they dug down they found bones, and then they realized it was from a Civil War hospital that had been there. So he needed to get funds together to make the Confederate mound, which he did by writing this play and putting it on stage, and he made enough money to put in the Confederate mound that's at Rose Hill Cemetery. So he had all sorts of talents and avenues, and he must have been a real great person to talk to and to have as one of your contacts, because he was interested in so many things. And his wife was named Annie, and she supported him in everything he did.
Wow.
And he's buried at Rose Hill Cemetery. We tell his story out there.
I mean, stories like that you hear, and that's what the Rose Hill players do.
Right.
Again, if you're just joining us, the conference, the storytelling conference is a week from Saturday, June the 8th.
June the 8th.
Starts at
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, and it will go until noon, until
2
afternoon
o'clock.
30.
Yeah.
Sometime.
And if you want lunch, now it's a wonderful lunch.
Okay.
If you want lunch, you need to get in touch with
All
me right away. Otherwise, we will have the wonderful cake, the Italian cream, and we'll serve that after lunch. And you can come in, pay $15 and get cake and watch all the storytellers.
And thank you so much for being here. As usual, look forward to it.